So more Keefe D interviews or segments are being posted by Vlad, and one in particular that I wanted to ask you about was his recount of what happened in his words or in his mind about Suge and Bountry getting beat up at the club. Did you want to speak on that, or could you tell the full story about what happened that night?
You know what? Yeah. But I got something better. On call, and we're going to discuss this with my boy Slice, who was also there. And we'll let Slice tell his side, and we'll go back and forth and talk about that. Stand by 1 second, y'all. So yeah, bomb first. I got my boy Big Slice. Y'all know Real City G's, who got his book coming out real soon. Got him on the phone with us. Big Slice is the guy that was actually there the night that we had him on our show before and talked about the incident that happened with Bountry and Suge and his boy, BJ, Bruce. Did I say BJ? I know you call him Bruce, Big Bruce. So Slice, welcome to Bob First. I'm doing a little interview right now, and me and John is on the phone. And as you can hear, our boy Keefe D, your friend, because I know you cool with him and his girls and all of that. Shout out to them. And if you can just explain what, in your version of what you know that happened that night, because I know Keefe said some dates wrong. I know you and I have a difference of agreement on what actually happened. But you can say it, and then man, you can go back and forth and tell what all we know and what we heard.
Okay, cool. Now, let me just clear something up. I never met Keefe D.
Okay.
I know his wife and I know his sister-in-law and all them, but I never met him.
Got you. Okay.
So I can't speak on what I don't know. I can only speak on what I do know.
Okay.
Okay, so you asked me about Bruce. First of all, if you knew Bruce, you didn't call him Bruce. You called him Bert. We gave him that name Bert off the Sesame Street character Bert Nerd. Way back in the day, we always called him Bert, just clowning around. We never called him Bruce. We called him Bert. Those are the ones who grew up with him. Just like you got somebody on the internet now talking about, oh, we taught him karate and he came up with us. That's a lie. Bruce been doing karate since Budlong Elementary. Karate Ray been showing him how to do karate since we was all meeting up at Budlong and John Muir, doing karate and doing calisthenics together. But that's a whole nother story. Now, the story you talking about is the story what happened at Fridays. I can only tell you this, what I saw, because I grew up with Bruce.
And let me cut you right there. Reggie still believed that the story that he saw happened at the Club World. But you talking about a different incident other than Fridays, correct?
Correct. Well, the story you talking about, Reggie, is when he whooped on Sixx Nine, who was married to Vivica Fox.
Okay.
That's what you're talking about. And you're correct about that story. And then the next day, Bruce ended up killed.
Correct. Where Keefe trying to act like it happened after that show you how this nigga just be making up shit or be hearing shit and trying to put it like he was there. But go ahead.
So you want the incident that happened at Fridays, or you want the incident that happened at the World underneath the Beverly Center?
You tell them both. I won't cut you no more.
Which one you want?
Tell the incident where he actually got killed the next day, and then you can tell the incident that you think Keefe D's trying to speak on.
There's two incidents, Red. One you talking about at the World when you, Suge, and y'all people was there, and you had Sixx Nine. Sixx Nine was at the bar getting a drink. You guys was over by kind of like the booth area.
Correct.
Kind of on the side. I want to say Suge got on that Coogee sweater. But if I'm not mistaken, he had on a Coogee sweater that night. But anyway, long story short, Sixx Nine was getting a drink from the girl. He didn't like the drink. He started complaining about the drink. Bruce walked over and said, "I got you guys. I know you would Suge them, so the night is on me." And he looked at Bruce like, "What you got to do with this?" He didn't know who Bruce was.
Okay.
So then started telling him, you ain't got nothing to do with this. Get out of my business, whatever, blah blah blah. Before you know it, Bruce had already put them things on him real fast, like real
Correct.
And so that's what happened in that incident, but he wasn't calling no guys up there. He was trying to get y'all out of there safely because he was like, y'all probably need to roll because there was some dudes on the other side that hadn't came in the club yet that might have been tripping on Death Row because Death Row was hot.
Yeah.
So he did put hands on the boy 6ix 9ine. That's Vivica Fox, and that's when y'all ran over there and saved the boy.
Yeah, because I do remember we did go out of back entrance through the kitchen and right on to La Cienega.
I told you about that. You thought it was the side door, but that was the back door that put y'all on La Cienega.
Correct, that's true.
Y'all limos came from up out of the parking lot, underneath the parking lot, and came, hit a U-turn, made a left. They had to make a left, come and pick y'all up. So they busted a U-turn in the middle of La Cienega to pick y'all up. And I took y'all through that back way, through the kitchen, and opened up that back door.
Okay.
So that's what happened in that incident.
Okay. And then that's the night, because Keefe up there talking about the next night that Bruce came up there from the incident that he saw at Bar 1. And I'm here just to say he came up there after that incident the next night. Am I correct on that?
You correct.
Okay.
Yeah, you correct.
Okay, all right. So now the incident where allegedly, and y'all know I ain't co-signing this, that Bountry and Shieldposter got beat up by Bruce is where and when?
That happened at Fridays in the Marina Del Rey. There was a club that we used to go to next door called Pizzazz.
Okay.
So everybody would meet up at Fridays on Friday night and meet up over there. Bloods, Crips, everybody from all over. And you meet up there, everybody just was on something real cool. Wasn't nothing really major going on up in there. But everybody just having a good time and just packed in there with everybody. Suge, Bountry, and another guy walked, it was three of them. They walked in the club. Bruce was over to the side with me and some other dudes I know from the neighborhood. And we were talking. We were just like going in at each other, just talking about what each other had on or whatever. Just doing what we do. The girl who Bruce was with was sitting at the bar. So Suge walked up. He knew the girl. He walked up. He tried to put his arm around the girl, and the girl kind of pushed him off, like no, and pointed to Bruce like I'm with Bruce. Suge kind of like waved him off, like like you know how you wave somebody off like he ain't tripping, he ain't nothing or whatever.
Okay.
That's when Bruce said, hold on a minute, I'll be right back. And then they was like, hey, what's up, homie? And Bruce said, no, y'all stay here, I'll be right back. So he went over there. Next thing you know, some words were said, and then Bruce just beep, to Suge. He took Suge down first, Suge dropped, boom. And Bountry, of course, went into motion, and then he just dropped Bountry, boom. Third dude didn't want no problem. Like, he just threw his hands up like, nah, because now the dudes is coming. And there was some bloods in there too, but they just said, oh boy brought it on himself. I was just talking to my partner about this not too long ago. He said, man, I remember when all that happened, and we was discussing that, but it happened at Fridays because the girl that Bruce with, I guess in a different incident, but she ended up coming up dead too.
Yeah.
So yeah,
okay.
Bruce, he got killed and the girl got killed.
Give us a little history, a little story about Bruce. I know you told us a story about him helping Dre with the video and all of that. This, we talking bad on him. I like to put something positive out about the brother because everybody that seems to talk about him, when we talk and bring the stories up, has nothing but good things to say about him.
Bruce was a solid dude, man. Like I said, I've been knowing him since I was 7 years old. He went to Butlong Elementary. I went to Sixx Elementary.
Okay.
So this correlation. I grew up in the Harlem Crip neighborhood, and they were Six Deuce Brim. They grew up in the Six Deuce Brim neighborhood. My mother owned 2 homes in their neighborhood. So I was, as a kid, going back and forth, go clean up the yard and paint, do whatever we had to do. So I would go and hang out with the neighborhood over there. And they knew me then since I was a kid. So as we were growing up, I went to Mount Vernon with LaRue and all them boys over there, the Taylor boys and all of them. And then after that, I transferred out of Mount Vernon and went over to John Muir. That's the middle school. That's with me, Bruce, Roy, all the Bobby Horse, all the major dudes was over there.
When you talking about Roy, you talking about Roy Summers, right?
Yeah, Roy Summers. Yeah.
Shout out to Roy Summers. I know you boys in DC don't care for him, but whatever. But anyway, matter of fact, me and Slice gonna do something with him. Respect. Okay.
He ain't running from nothing.
Matter of fact, we got an interview coming up with Roy coming up. The Slice gonna hook up between Bountry and Roy Summers. So y'all stay tuned for that. Well, shout out. Appreciate you coming in, giving us clarity to that. For those of y'all that have a comprehension problem, all Reggie is trying to do and explain out and spell out to y'all is that Keefe D is a lying motherfucker. He don't know what he's talking about. He's sitting over there on Vlad, making stuff up to make himself relevant that he's not. And if he was there, if y'all know anything about LA, Beverly Hills, the Boardwalk is far, far away from the Marina City, the city of Marina Del Rey and the Red Onion, or whatever the other spot name is, Pizzazz or whatever. They far away from each other. And so Keefe is up there getting things mixed up because that's how niggas do when they hear stuff second and third hand.
Well, here's the thing, Reg. Bar 1 is on the same street, Los Cienega, just further down going towards Santa Monica and Sunset as the world was.
Correct, but he didn't even talk about the world. And that's far away from each other though. They on the same street, but they far away from each other. One's LA, one's Beverly Hills.
But this is the thing, Bar 1 was the Shark Bar. So it was the Shark Bar first, then it became Bar 1.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. Shark Bar was on La Cienega over there by the gate and all of that. Bar 1 was right down the street from the bungalows, from the Beverly Hills Hotel, right before you go into there.
You know what? You absolutely.
I know Reggie, know LA, man. I keep telling y'all, everybody want to correct Reggie.
How you know I ain't throw a tester out there and shit?
Respect.
You just cleared it up.
I know.
That's how you clear. Listen, that's how you get clarification.
Yes.
Because people that grew up in LA and know LA, Compton, Watts, South Central, Valley, Inglewood, I don't care, Long Beach, where you from, they know where these different spots were because these are spots from the 70s and 80s.
Correct.
So, yeah, you cleared it up. I mean, but that was a test. I threw one at you. All front.
Uh-huh.
I threw you a curveball and you practically knocked out the ball. So you're absolutely right.
Hey, respect, man. We're going to get you back on there, Spice. So appreciate you, man.